हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल स्टडी जूलॉजी। और आज हम जिस टॉपिक को पढ़ने वाले हैं उसका नाम है टेक्सोनोमिक कैरेक्टर्स। डेफिनेशन: ए टेक्सोनोमिक कैरेक्टर इज एनी एट्रीब्यूट ऑफ अ नंबर ऑफ अ taxon by which it differs or may differ from a member of different taxon. Taxonomists use taxonomic characters for the classification of living organisms. Study of taxonomic characters, we can observe the similarities and dissimilarities in living organisms for their classification in suitable groups. Different kinds of taxonomic characters. First is morphological characters. Morphological word derived from morph. In morphological character, basically we study about forms, shapes of organism. External morphology. In external morphology, external features of living organisms provide an information and are evidence source for identifying organism. Example: feathers on birds, scales on reptiles, arthropod external skeleton. Internal morphology. Anatomy of organism also play an important role for their classification. Both the hard and soft part of organism used as taxonomic characters. Example: study of heart, kidney, etc. Genetic structures. In general, the genetic structure also play an important role. Genetic difference must be evaluated just like other characters. Genetic structures have been found to vary in same manner as other. Genetic structures help in the reproductive isolation of organism. Structure of genitalic in different groups of insects vary in shapes and size. Karyology and other cytological characters. It is also a determination factor for taxonomists to characterize an organism. The simplest cytological character is chromosomal number. Chromosome number in a species help in finding phylogenetic relationships. Chromosome size, shape, structure, and number all help in finding closely related organisms. Second is physiological characters. Study include ability to tolerate temperature and salinity and other factors which affect their functions. Metabolic factors. All the chemical reactions in living organisms collectively called metabolism. Metabolic factors includes metabolic requirements. Metabolic activities help in finding closely related organisms. Body secretions. Endocrine secretion. This was another physiological character which was proven very useful in taxonomic classification of organisms. In this physiological character, body secretions of organisms form consistent patterns. Example: waxy secretions of insects and mainly bugs. From these waxy patterns of organisms, we can understand morphology, size, and arrangement of wax glands. Genetic sterility factors. Genetic sterility factors are physiological factors and help taxonomists to study differences and similarities among different taxon organisms. Different species cannot produce a fertile offspring by mating to each other. As a result, sterile organisms. Sterile organisms are unable to produce organisms or progeny. This provides a basis for classification of organisms. For example, combination of horse and donkey produce mule. Third is behavioral characters. Behavior is the most important source of taxonomic characters. Different organisms belongs to different taxon have different behaviors. In behavioral study of organisms, taxonomists focus on following behavior of organisms, such as living, eating, nesting, and drinking behavior. Courtship and other ecological mechanisms. Breeding mechanism of organisms, breeding season, copulatory organ, and sexual and asexual mating of organisms. These provide basis for classification of organisms. Fourth point is ecological characters. Every species has its own niche in nature. Niche of each species different from its nearest relatives. In food preference, breeding season, tolerance to various physical factors, resistance to predators, competitors, and pathogens. In other ecological factors, example, each genus of Galapagos finches is characterized by its utilization of environment. Geospiza is ground finch, whereas Camarensis is a tree finch. Host and parasitic reactions. This is a ecological factors and provide basis for organism classification because different parasite cause different types of reactions in different species, such as swelling, distortion, and perhaps mechanical injury due to parasitic attack is different in different organisms. For example, tapeworm and rodent differ slightly but identify host specific. Second is insect parasitic can alter head size, wing variation, and other structural features in host. Fifth point is biogeographic characters. Classification of organisms on the basis of their geographical distribution. Because different organisms have different abilities to tolerate weather conditions and different breeding seasons. So geographic characters are used as basis to classify organisms by taxonomists. General biogeographic patterns. In general biogeographic patterns, researchers examine any structural change correlate to geography because characters vary in living organisms according to geographic areas due to difference in climate. Sixth point is molecular characters. Molecular characters plays an important role for organism classification. Study of organisms at molecular level help in finding closely related organisms. Molecular study of organisms include the study of following techniques. First is sequence of amino acid in a protein. Second, the sequence of bases in DNA. Third, study of organelles composition. Fourth, study of nucleic acids. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.